Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Introducing from Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing in at 210 pounds, your Italian hero, Joey Image!
Hey everybody, how are you? Joey Image here with another episode of That Image Guy podcast for you. We are at episode 38, and I hope you have enjoyed the previous 37. I sure have. The last one that I did was kind of odd sounding. I know a lot of people were telling me that the audio was not the greatest, and I explained that in the episode. So I'm not sure how some people were kind of questioning why it was different. Some people were like, it didn't sound that clear. Yeah, I was driving. I explained that this as soon as I started. I said, I'm actually driving right now, so there's no intro, no outro, no music, no nothing, because I was driving. So that's what happened. So anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading, subscribing, whatever y'all do, however you are attaining this media here that I am putting out. I appreciate it. So, right away, I'm not going to talk about that much tonight. Hopefully I'm going to be pretty short. I do want to discuss South Jersey Geekfest, which I went to 2 weekends ago. I was on my way there when I did the last episode, so I'd like to continue that and basically talk about it. And I want to talk about a huge loss in the world of professional wrestling. And I want to start off by talking about AMC. Basically what happened was the CEO of AMC did an interview, and in this interview he said that he feels like people in their 20s or their late teens sort of have a problem putting their phones down, which everyone in the world, I mean, if you're not an idiot, everyone in the world knows that to be true. People are on their phones all the time, driving, walking. I'm sure they're on their phones while they're fucking. I mean, you know, everything you could possibly do that leaves your hands free to type or to text or read or whatever you're doing on your phone, it's a possibility that people are doing that. So what the CEO of AMC said was they're considering just making it okay to text in their theaters while there's a movie playing, because they're you know, people are doing it anyway. Just, if you can't beat them, join them, I guess. You know, they have those announcements before the thing, those courtesy announcements, whatever, before the movie that say, like, please turn off your phone. Dude, I'm not going to turn off my phone. Hell no. I will not turn off my phone. I'll put it on silent, which is even quieter than vibrate. And I put the brightness on my screen all the way down. So I do 100% of the courteous things I can to make it more comfortable for everyone around me. But I won't turn it off. I have two parents, my mother and my father, that are both not in the greatest condition health-wise. My father just got out of the hospital days ago, and my mother was in the hospital a few months ago for like 3 weeks or something like that. Like, there's absolutely no way that I am turning off my cell phone anytime I go to the movies. If that means you don't want to go to the movies with me, then don't go. I've gone by myself plenty of times, and I loved it. I've loved having the theater to myself. I really don't give a shit if you don't want to go with me. If something happened to either of my parents, and God forbid I didn't get the message until 2 hours later because I was at a fucking movie, no, absolutely not. If anyone has a problem with that, I'm fucking sorry, but I will not turn my phone off. I'm not going to be texting during the whole thing either, obviously, and I don't talk on the phone, so I'm not making calls. Obviously, if I get a call that's important, I will take it and go to the front, not the lobby, but, you know, like outside the door of the theater where the hallways or whatever. Like, I'll go there and talk on the phone, or in the men's room, but I'm not gonna stand up or even talk in the seat. That's bullshit. But I'm absolutely not turning it off. Hell no. But I just don't see the point. People are like, you know, I posted this on my Facebook. What's the big deal? I don't understand what the problem is. And people are like, oh, the few reasons I got why this will annoy people is A, the screen, the brightness on the cell phone screen, B, the sound on the screen, and C, people talking to each other in the theater. That was another thing where people are talking to each other in the theater. I have no idea what that's got to do with AMC letting people text. I just don't see it. That was one of the reasons. Obviously, that annoys people. That's why I just said I would go outside if it was me. That's got nothing to do with people, with AMC allowing people to text in their theaters, though. So I'm not sure why that was even presented to me as a reason. But my exact question was, I don't see the big deal, and I don't. If you're in a movie theater, right? Say there's 200 seats in the theater. You take up one, the person to the right of you, I can't see people texting being annoying to anybody beyond maybe the people next to you. So if I'm in my seat and the person on my right and the person on my left are texting, okay, maybe I can almost see that being annoying. But at the same time, they're not texting with their hands up in the air, okay? I would say 99.999% of the time are going to have their heads down, like in their lap where they're typing with their thumbs. So I'm not looking down at their phones anyway, which is why it's even a stretch for me to think that the people on either side of me would annoy me. But say, I'll give you that, right? So again, say there's 200 seats in the theater. I'm in one. The people on either side of me, that's on my right, that's one. On my left, that's another one. That's three. Say every single seat is filled. That's 200 people there. There's three of them, you and the two on the sides that are going to annoy you. And that's not even you. That's not even count yourself. That's the two people that are annoying you, which is the two on your right and left. So, okay, that's two people then. So that means out of 200 people, 198 of them are not annoying in the least. They're not annoying you at all. And people are going to boycott AMC because of that. I can't fathom just, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems stupid. And if any of my friends feel that way, that's fine. You're allowed to disagree with me. I don't care. I mean, that's what this country's based on, is our own freedoms. But I simply don't see it. That's my opinion. People can argue with me left and right till you're blue in the face. I see it my way, you see it yours. That's all. That's all there is to it. I mean, it's not a big deal. We're allowed to disagree with each other. I just don't understand the big deal. If I am in row 10 and some girl in row 13 is texting, what the hell do I care? I can't even see her. I don't even know she's here. I'm going to complain because she's texting? Oh, give me a fucking break. I've asked people in the theaters before to please be quiet, as in talking to their friends loudly, to please lower their volume on their phone when they're typing or whatever. And both times that happened, I was given what I asked. Hey, can you guys keep it down? Sure, no problem. That happened when I went to see the Jake movie in New York City, the Jake the Snake Roberts movie. Okay, they kept it down. They didn't talk the whole rest of the thing. It was fine. I've also had people that had like their phones on or their text on, and I was like, hey, can you put the phone on silence or whatever, or vibrate or whatever? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And that's it. That's all you have to do is ask nicely. If you can't ask nicely, then there's a bigger problem here. Again, unless it's in your absolute immediate seating area, there's no way. If I am in fucking row 5, okay, and you are in the seat directly in front of me, and you're texting, I don't give a shit. I'm looking up at the screen. The screen is 46 miles wide. Your head is like 11 inches big. I'm looking at the screen. I don't even notice that your head is down and you're in your lap texting. How the hell am I going to see your screen? The brightness of it. I'm going to see it through the back of your seat, through your back, through all your clothing, and then through the front. Like I said, I address the common stuff that I know is annoying. Okay, the screen being too bright, I don't know. I mean, have you ever seen how bright a fucking movie theater screen is while a movie's playing on it? So if a little, 7-inch or 5-inch cell phone screen is too bright for you, you probably shouldn't be looking at this fucking, 84-mile big movie theater screen. And again, it doesn't bother me. If you're going to text at the movie theater, text at the movie theater. What do I care? I paid my fucking $20 nowadays. I'm going to watch the movie. I'm not going to pay attention to some guy texting next to me. I don't give a shit what's going on. And like I said, the parental thing, yeah. Okay, so I'm not turning my phone off either. And I'm not saying that I think it's okay to be loud and distracting in a movie theater. I'm just saying it doesn't bother me if people are texting. I posted this on my Facebook, and a lot of people got it out of blew it out of context, blew it out of proportion. I specifically said AMC is going to possibly allow people to text. And then I got all these other things that people just brought into the conversation as if they had something to do with it. They don't. I literally said I was only talking about texting. That was the issue at hand that AMC mentioned in this interview, and that's what I specifically addressed. So again, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying if a guy's texting, what the hell do I care? I'm watching the movie. I'm not saying people think I'm endorsing, that you should go text and annoy everybody. That's not at all what I said. I literally said if someone's texting a movie theater, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm watching the movie. On my Facebook, it's like people are actually annoyed at me because it doesn't bother me. It just doesn't bother me. That's all. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying I'm completely indifferent to the idea. It literally has zero effect on my life if a guy 3 rows behind me or 8 rows in front of me is texting while I'm watching a movie. That's all. I just don't let it bother me. And I'm okay with that. And it makes it for a much more pleasurable experience. Anyway, on to something more fun. Balls Mahoney. Rest in peace, brother. I'm not going to repeat the whole story here, but I had a pretty funny story that happened between Balls and myself on, if you go back to my episode 8 of this podcast, it's the very, very first thing I talk about. So you don't even have to listen for long, but please go back and check that out. If you're on the YouTube right now, I will link that episode below in the video description. And it would be awesome if you could check that out. A really hilarious story about him and I drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning while we had like an 8-hour convention to do. It was pretty hilarious, actually. But apparently Tuesday night, Balls passed away at his house. He was home watching TV with his wife and kid, and something happened. I don't know what. He just got quiet, and his wife Gail went over to check on him, and he wasn't responding. And from what I heard, he died before he was even at the hospital. I don't know what happened. I really wish I knew. But Balls was a great dude. Real name John Reckner, was a really great guy. I had a lot of fun. I don't think I ever worked with him like in a match or anything like that, but I've been on a bunch of shows with him here in the Jersey area where he actually lived in Jersey. And we were on a lot of shows together, as I said, and a lot of locker room fun and stuff like that. And we did a couple conventions together, but it just, it sucks. I mean, you hear about this too much. The very coincidental thing about this is that Balls Mahoney was Axl Rotten's tag team partner, and Axl passed away about 2 months ago, also at the same age of 44. Balls just turned 44 on Monday, and Tuesday he passed away. And it was a very, very tragic event. Again, I don't know what happened or the cause of death, but it really kind of sucks. He was a hilarious guy, man. We had a lot of fun stuff together. Did a lot of fun stuff together. There was a time back in IHPW, which ran shows regularly in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. There was a time where a lot of people told me that I looked like either Balls or Mick Foley or a combination of the two. And the promoter that Peter Van Orton was going to actually put Balls and I together as a tag team. I was going to be his brother, his storyline brother, Little Balls, which I thought was hilarious. And I really, really wanted to do that. And then the promotion ended up closing, and I don't even remember what happened or how it happened. But it sucked, man, because I thought it would have been so much fun. But anyway, rest in peace to Balls Mahoney, a.k.a. John Reckner. I don't want to bring the entire show down with this, but please, like I said, check out episode 8 of my podcast. Right at the beginning of it is when I talked about Balls and my favorite story involving him and myself. So, on to the final thing I'm going to talk about. South Jersey Geekfest, my weekend down in Paulsboro, New Jersey, with Dave DeFranco, and Chris and Tiff were there, and Josh and Steph were there, and we went to Geekfest, and it was really cool, except I didn't buy anything. Last time we were down there, I went, and I don't remember what I bought, but I know I bought like 3 or 4 items. This time I went down with $200, which I didn't think was all that much. I guess Dave only brought like $60, and I was like, oh yeah, I brought 200. He's like, really? Like, that's a lot? And like, I didn't really think about it like that, but I wanted to get the black Dreamcast. It was the Sega Sports Edition. I don't remember when it came out, 2000, I think, or 2001. It's the same as the regular Dreamcast, except it's black, and it's got the Sega Sports, like, official logo on the top of it. So, I don't know why I want that. It just looks cool. I like a black console. So, when I used to have my original Dreamcast, which I still have, I just never bought the Sega Sports one. I don't know why, I just never bought it. I wanted it, but I always figured I have a Dreamcast, like, why do I need to buy another one? And now I'm like, man, I need to have that black one, man. I need to buy another one. So, I've looked all over for it. I've looked on eBay, and it's always, like, so ridiculously overpriced because it's so rare. So, when Dave and I went to Geekfest back in October, I thought, like, hey, cool, I'll buy they gotta have, at least one guy's gotta have a black Dreamcast. And I found 3 of them there. One was like $65, the other one was like $70, and one guy had it with 2 controllers and a bunch of games for $120, something like that. And I go, like, this is ridiculous. Like, all I need is just the console itself. That's it. I don't even need the cables. I have the power cables at home because I have the Dreamcast. That's all I needed. And I couldn't ever get that. I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. So we went to Geekfest again a couple weeks ago, and there was nothing. Not even one Dreamcast that was overpriced. Nothing. There was just none. Last time they were there was 3 of them. Again, like I said, I even went to the guy that had the $65 one because he was the cheapest. So I went there this time and said, hey, do you have the Dreamcast that you had last time? And I asked him about it last time, and he's the guy that told me it was $65. And I was like, man, that's kind of too much. So I'm no thanks. So he remembered me, and he's like, you should have bought it when you asked me about it in October. I'm like, man, how do you remember me? And I guess I was the only one that actually asked about the Black Dreamcast. They had a regular, like the standard gray or white, whatever it was. It's more like grayish, but they had that there, which I think was also 60 or 20. It might have been 25, but I already had that, so I had no need to get that. But no black one at all. Not even at any of the other two stands that had them last time, which really kind of bummed me out because I was looking forward to at least only getting that. I mean, even if I didn't buy anything else, I would have just got that. But I ended up not buying anything. I got I won like a free Road Dogg WWE figure, which I don't even know where it is now. That was 2 Saturdays ago. I don't know where the hell it is. But I didn't get anything. I didn't win nothing. I mean, I didn't buy nothing else. I really only went looking for that and the gold Mega Man amiibo, which I didn't think I would get that because I knew that it only comes with the game. So it would be kind of rare that someone would be selling that individually. And even if they were, it's in the game box for the Mega Man Legacy Collection for the 3DS. So I didn't think I'd find it anyway without the game. And I already have the game for PS4, so I don't necessarily need to buy the 3DS version. But I mean, it's like I said, the amiibo comes with that. I'm not going to pay $60 for it. If I could find it somewhere online for 15 or $20, then probably I'll buy it. But otherwise, it's just not, it's out of my, it's not, shouldn't even say it's out of my price range because I can afford it, but it's out of a logical price range, put it that way. There's no way I'm paying, more than $20 for an amiibo unless I know I can resell it for more. I have a couple duplicates that were rares at one point and I didn't sell them because I just forgot about them, and now they're just all regular price. So I may just even put those on eBay for a regular price. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so that was Dreamcast. That was Geekfest. My idea is in about 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks, I'm moving into a new house, and I'm going to have a pretty nice sized office. So my goal is to stream Dreamcast games at least once a week. So I need to get a VGA box and some kind of capture card or something so I can do that. I don't really know how to do all that. I do have like a capture device already that plugs in USB, and it's got the red, yellow, and white, the RCA cables on it. So I'm thinking I could probably just do it that way, but I don't really know. So I'm going to have to test it out and do some stuff. But I want to do a weekly Dreamcast stream, which I'm going to be calling Streamcast. And I don't know, I hope, if I can do, I shouldn't say I will be doing, I'd like to, if I can get it going. I don't know. We'll have to see. So that was Damn, I said it again. That was Geekfest. That was my, trip to Paulsboro. Basically, that's really all that I went down there for. And, we did the Google Hangout with Dave DeFranco, again, 2 Saturdays ago. He does a monthly Google Hangout for his patrons. So we did that, and that's always fun. I got a little bit hammered, a little bit drunk, drank like an 8-pack of Rolling Rock, I think it was, or Coors Light. It might have been 8-pack of Rolling Rock and a bunch of Fireball shots. And I had like 2 Miller Lights that I bought last time I was at Dave's house, which was like in October or November, which I thought was hilarious that there were still 2 left. So I drank all that, and we had a good time. I slept on the couch, which is awesome. It's one of the softest couches I've ever been on. And, I don't know, I had a good time, had a blast. Looking forward to doing that again with Dave. And looking forward to the next Geekfest. Now that I have a black Dreamcast, maybe I will buy some Dreamcast games. I have a bunch of Dreamcast games on my computer, on my PC. I think I actually have the entire collection of everything. But it's such a pain in the ass to burn them, and I don't even have blanks. Like, you burn them on blank CDs. That's how old they are, obviously. But I don't even have blank CDs, I don't think. And it's just a hassle. But I don't know. It's much easier to buy one for $5 than to burn it, obviously. But we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up right now. I mean, I've only been talking about, 18 minutes or something like that, 17 minutes. But I like these episodes to be bite-sized. If I can do a 20 or 30-minute episode, then I'm okay with that. Again, I want everything to be bite-sized so people aren't thinking like, oh, God, another hour episode. Jesus, I don't have that kind of time. I don't want it to be too long. So I like this little 20, 30-minute thing. Maybe once a week, like I said, or once every 2 weeks, at least till I move in. We'll see, or whenever I feel like it. But once I move, expect a video on YouTube of an office tour, and also I'll probably do a full house tour, which is, I don't want to say it's an apartment. It's the top floor of a 2-floor, 2-family house. So essentially it's an apartment, I guess, but it's in a house, not an apartment building. So I call it a house because that's where it's going to be. It's in a house. So anyway, sorry to bore you guys or whatever. But I want to thank everyone for listening and subscribing and downloading. And again, episode 8 of this podcast, please check it out. The first, 10 or 15 minutes is one of my favorite stories about myself one of my favorite stories about Balls Mahoney that involves myself. I hope everyone had a good time today listening to this. I'm sorry if I pissed you off with the movie theater stuff, but I just don't see what the big deal is. Anyway, take care, everyone. Thanks for listening. Please check me out on Twitter at JoeyImage. Please hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/RealJoeyImage. You can get me on Instagram, instagram.com/JoeyImage. You can find all my social media links on thatimageguy.com, as well as my podcast. Check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/JoeyImage. And one of the most important places on the interwebs you can find me is prowrestlingtees.com/JoeyImage. Please, I'm begging you, please buy a shirt, and it will help me out immensely, especially with the cost it's going to be to move and to buy furniture and appliances and stuff. So, I really could use the help. Again, prowrestlingtees.com/JoeyImage. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, how you doing? This is King Firehawk from the King Firehawk Show. Just telling you, hey, 1640 PWPR is the home of Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio. If you want to interact with the shows, all you got to do is tweet us at 1640 PWPR, or you can go onto our Facebook page. It's a fan page, and we're waiting for you. It's 1640 PWPR, the home where Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio lives.
This has been a presentation of the Three Ropes Media Network. For more, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/3ropes or visit us at threeropes.com.